So please free me, God, let me find solutions. Don't let these calluses from work just be a nuisance. Tight grip on the moment, no slack, no give, no looseness. Trusting in myself.
Yo, what's good, CriTiC? Click, click. Hey, what's good, Army? So before I get into this breakdown by DKDKTV, I wanted to re-listen to the song real quick because I haven't listened to it since I broke it down yesterday. So I didn't really get to listen to it all the way through, and some of you guys wanted me to listen to it all the way through and fully appreciate it, you know what I mean? Just the performance and less focus on the lyrics. So I wanted to watch it real quick, just one way all the way through, and then we'll jump into the explain. I think it'd be kind of cool that way anyway, so let's check it out, man. Well, let's check it out again. Oh, and this is dope. I just noticed this yesterday. I didn't notice that this is this Korean right here? They start in Korean here, or is it not? Am I just reaching right here? Like I'm always reaching.
Yo, 나는 누구인가 평생 물어본 질문 아마 평생 정답은 찾지 못할 그 질문 다른 놈을 고정 말 몇 개로 답할 수 있었다면 신께서 그 수많은 아름다움을 담아주신 나랬겠지. How you feel? 지금 기분이 어때? 사실 난 너무 좋아 근데 조금 불편해. 나는 내가 개지 돼지인지 뭔지도 아직 잘 모르겠는데 남들이 와서 진주 먹거리 꺼내. 예전보단 더 웃어 스마트 슈퍼히로 이제 진짜 된 것 같아. 근데 갈수록 뭐 말들이 많아. 누군 달리라고 누구 멈춰서라 해. 얘는
I just want to say real quick, man, I love how he put like a bunch of syllables in here, like just real quick.
예전보단 더 웃어 소환했던 슈퍼히로 이제 진짜 된 것 같아. 근데 갈수록 뭐 말들이 많아. 누군 달리라고 누구 멈춰서라 해. 얘는 숲을 보라고 걔는 들고 들보라 해. 내 그림자라는 막소리 이라시고 불렀네. 개그가 되고 나서 망설인 적이 없었네. 무대 아랬던 나는 조명 아랬던 자꾸 나타나 이라기처럼 뜨겁게 자꾸 날 노려보네. 야이키스 왜 시작한 거지 벌써 이제냐. 넌 그냥 들어주는 네가 있단 게 막 좋았던 거야. 가끔은 그냥 싹 다 헛소리 같아. 샤면 나오는 거 알지 시기 같아. 나 따위가 무슨 뮤직 나 따위가 무슨 춤 나 따위가 무슨 소명 나 따위가 무슨 뮤즈. 내가 아는 나의 흠어점 그게 사실 내 전부. 세상은 사실 아무 관심 없어 나의 서춤. 뒤실리지도 않은 후회들과 매일 밤 싱그럽게 뒤굴고 돌릴 길 없는 시간들이 습관처럼 비틀어도 그때마다 날 또 이렇게 세운 것 최초의 질문 내 이름 펑샤.
Man, did you hear like all them tongue rolls right there? It's not easy to do that.
무슨 뮤즈 내가 아는 나의 흠어점 그게 사실 내 전부. 세상은 사실 아무 관심 없어 나의 서춤. 뒤실리지도 않은 후회들과 매일 밤 싱그럽게 뒤굴고 돌릴 길 없는 시간들이 습관처럼 비틀어도 그때마다 날 또 이렇게 세운 것 최초의 질문 내 이름 펑샤. 그 가장 앞에 왈 but so I'm asking once again yeah who the hell am I? Tell me all your names baby. Do you wanna die? Or do you wanna go? Do you wanna fly? What's it show? What's it drink? Do you think you're live?
Mic drop.
I don't know man.
Android.
But I know one thing. Yeah, my name is 내가 기억하고 사람들이 아는 날 토로하기 위해 내가 스스로 만들어낸 나의 난 날 속여왔을지도 뻥쳐왔을지도 부끄럽지 않아 이게 내 영혼의 지도. You're myself 넌 절대로 너의 혼돈을 내지 마. 따뜻히도 차갑게도 될 필요 없으니까. 가끔은 위선적이어도 위약적이어도 내가 걸어두고 싶은 내 방향의 척도 내가 되고 싶은 나. 사람들이 원하는 나 네가 사랑하는 나 또 내가 빚어내는 나. 웃고 있는
I like his hoodie. His hoodie's dope.
빚어내는 나 웃고 있는 나 가끔은 울고 있는 나. 지금도 매분 매순 가사나 숨쉬는 persona. Who the hell am I? I just wanna go. I just wanna fly. I just wanna give you all the voices till I die. I just wanna give you all the shoulders when you cry. Persona. Who the hell am I? I just wanna go. I just wanna fly. I just wanna give you all the voices till I die. I just wanna give you all the shoulders when you drop.
The beat and the flow was perfect, man. Just perfect, bro. Lyrically fat. Just lyrically so fat. Yo, if you haven't seen my critical breakdown of this, check it out in the description. All my reactions are going to be in there. I got a playlist in there, so do not miss that, man. So, here we go. Persona.
Who the hell am I? I just wanna go. I just wanna fly. I just wanna give you all the pussies till I die.
BTS has dropped the comeback trailer to their latest album, The Map of the Soul, Persona. And it is absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
The album title is the same as a well-known book about psychologist Carl Jung's Principles of Individuation. And BTS does no hiding that this is related, as there are many references to Carl Jung's theories as well as quotes in the MV. So to truly understand the song, we need to dig a little bit deeper into Carl Jung's theories, which is what we'll do right in this video. Carl Jung divided the psyche, or the human mind, into the consciousness and the unconsciousness. He believed that by tapping onto and confronting the parts of the unconsciousness, one could obtain self-knowledge and lead to self-betterment. Today, I'll introduce 3 elements of this principle: the persona, the ego, and the shadow. The persona is one of the elements in the conscious parts of the psyche, the very outer layer. It is a mask/character that one puts on when they expose themselves to the outer world.
Right.
It's a compromise between the individual's personality and what society thinks one should look and behave like. Fundamentally, the persona is nothing real. It is like a borrowed personality that one puts on only in certain situations and then takes them off when they are out of that situation. However, most people suffer from the inflation of this persona and they over-identify themselves with this mask, resulting in this mask taking control of your entire psyche. Thus, Jung claimed that one must realize that the persona is not the totality of their being, but just a small component of a much larger personality. And this is achieved by diving into the unconsciousness and dissecting it. Now, another element, the ego, is the center of consciousness. It is what the consciousness believes and views itself to be. Essentially, the character that one thinks he or she should be. However, this is not the true self, as the true self encompasses both the unconsciousness and the conscious parts of the psyche. However, like the persona,
I've heard somebody say that your true self is like you understanding that you have an ego and these thoughts. You know what I mean? Like your true self is like the layer underneath your ego. So like the awareness to know when your ego is going too far. You know what I mean? Like that's your true self.
Encompasses both the unconsciousness and the conscious parts of the psyche. However, like the persona, many end up identifying themselves with the ego itself.
Right.
The shadow is the sum of traits that are pushed back deep away from the awareness into the unconsciousness, mostly due to negative feedback or punishment from others when an individual did show these traits. These are the hidden unconscious aspects that the ego has repressed or never really recognized. These are mostly characteristics that one is probably not proud of and do not wish to acknowledge. The persona restricts the realization of the shadow to the outer world. For example, my shadow is right now telling me that I really want to pee in front of the camera right now. But the persona that I have on...
What, bro? You want to pee in front of the camera? Or do you just want to pee? You got a thing for peeing on camera? You and R. Kelly, bro. Y'all need to hook up. Y'all probably be best friends.
Not wish to acknowledge. The persona restricts the realization of the shadow to the outer world. For example, my shadow is right now telling me that I really want to pee in front of the camera right now. But the persona that I have on right now as DKDKTV's Danny restricts me from peeing in front of the camera because the society, you, the viewers, don't want to see that or don't expect me to see that. So my persona is currently restricting my shadow's urge to pee in front of the camera.
나는 누구인
Why did it stop? Like it, or like why did he like look at the camera for a second there? Because it made me think that he was peeing. it made me think like you started peeing as soon as you stopped talking.
To pee in front of the camera.
나는 누구인가 평생 물어본 질문 아마 평생 정답은 찾지 못할 그 질문 나는 놈을 고정 말 몇 개로 답할 수 있었다면 신께서 그 수많은 아름답을 담아 주신 나를
From the very first line, Namjoon throws the question, who am I? This is the general theme of this song and possibly this entire album and also this series. He is confused with who he really is. What is his true self? This will likely be the theme of this era of BTS, a journey through their consciousness and unconsciousness to reach the true self.
Beautiful, man. Just such a great theory concept to get into, and just, you know how many people need that, and especially, you know, young adults and adolescents, teens growing up, they just trying to find their way. Man, I love RM for everything he stands for, man.
How you feel? 지금 기분이 어때? 사실 난 너무 좋아 근데 조금 불편해 나는 내가 개지 돼지인지 뭔지도 아직 잘 모르겠는데 남들이 와서 진주 먹거리 거래
Here RM uses an idiom, 돼지의 진주 먹거리. This is an idiom meaning people who do not know the value cannot appreciate the treasures that are given to them. For pigs, a pearl necklace is basically useless. Now here in this verse, Namjoon is confused. He feels happy with his success, yet he feels like he doesn't deserve all the success. Namjoon doesn't know who he is, but others have rewarded him for his behavior. If you really think about what kind of behavior he was rewarded for, he is being rewarded for his stage persona as RM. Him not knowing his true self and being rewarded for a certain persona makes him identify himself as RM more and more, as we will see in the following verses.
내 그림자라는 망설이 이라 쓰고 불렀네 개그가 되고 나서 망설인 적이 없었네 무대 아래던 나는 조명 아래던 자꾸 나타나 지라기처럼 뜨겁게 자꾸 날 노려보네
Namjoon says hesitation is his shadow. Again, as explained above, shadow is, in the Jungian theory, the traits that are pushed deep away from awareness into the unconsciousness due to negative feedback and punishment from others when they did show those traits. When Namjoon says, ever since I became that here is referring to our...
Okay, so, see, I always kept thinking and saying that the shadow was like your demons, like your negative thoughts. And I guess it's a form of that, but it's more of like your traits, like you said, it's like things that you already have, things that you already do that you used to do maybe that people have said you shouldn't do, but you still feel like it's part of you. Okay.
Again, as explained above, shadow is in the Jungian push deep others when they did show those traits. When Namjoon says, ever since I became that here is referring to RM, his stage persona. Notice how he says when he became RM, not when he is RM. RM is originally a persona, a stage persona that he puts on whenever he is with BTS and can take off whenever he isn't. However, Namjoon himself has become RM. RM has become his ego, who he identifies himself with. As RM, he is a leader and cannot be showing his hesitant side. Namjoon, identifying himself as RM, has repressed his hesitant side even more. You can see the little Namjoon being thrown out onto the ground in this scene. This likely represents the shadow of Namjoon.
Oh. Yeah, that totally went right over my head. Dude, that's nuts.
Namjoon, identifying himself as RM, has repressed his hesitant side even more. You can see the little Namjoon being thrown out onto the ground in this scene. This likely represents the shadow of Namjoon being thrown out, essentially ignoring it exists as he amplifies his RM persona as his defining character, represented by the multiple mirrored images of RM in this scene.
Oh. Like that's all he sees. Dude, that's crazy. Everything is so deep in the videos. The videos are so well thought out. It's so awesome.
However, in the lyrics, he talks about something staring at him below the stage or below the lights. If you think about it, what forms beneath him below the lights on the stage? Shadows. Despite Namjoon never really showing his hesitant traits as RM, it was always lurking in his unconsciousness, and he was seeing it all along while on the stage. He was anxious because he was ignoring a big part of what made Namjoon Namjoon.
Not that we got 무슨 music, not that we got 무슨 truth, not that we got 무슨 소명, not that we got 무슨 muse. 내가 아는 나의 그 뭐점 그게 사실 내 전부. 세상은 사실 아무 관심 없어 나의 truth.
Deep down, Namjoon doesn't think he is worthy enough. Despite RM taking over his ego and projecting himself to be the leader, deep down he sees many flaws in himself. Yet he has been consumed by his persona as RM and believes that people will only appreciate him when he is RM. He says no one wants to see his clumsiness. So this thought reinforces his over-identification with the RM persona.
I'll be out in a Quibi, Kendall.
What?
Bring that hand up a little bit higher. Good. Jeez.
I'm having tub time.
Hey yo, how many of y'all are watching this in the tub right now? Please, comment below. Let me know. I need to know. I be having tub time every week. At least once a week. You gotta have tub time. And by all means, if you want to have tub time and watch me, by all means, I'm all for it.
Due to his over-identification with his RM persona, it really troubles him. He feels regrets and he has troubling thoughts during the night. However, the but in front of Kim Namjoon keeps him going, keeps him working. Kim Namjoon is the true self of Namjoon. This Kim Namjoon encompasses the faults and the shortcomings of Namjoon. However, as mentioned above, his persona as RM has taken over him, and he feels he is RM. He feels he has to be the RM character or people will not appreciate him. Like he said about how no one is interested in seeing his clumsiness, he feels no one wants to see the true Namjoon. So whenever he wants to get out of the RM persona because he's stressed, because he's having troubling thoughts, he remembers, but I'm Kim Namjoon. If I'm not RM, then I'll be Kim Namjoon, the true me, and no one wants to see the true me, or so he thinks. So that keeps him awake, that keeps him going as the RM persona.
Yeah, my name is 내가 기억하고 사람들이 아는 날 토로하기 위해 내가 스스로 만들어낸 나의 날 속여왔을지도 뻥쳐왔을지도 부끄럽지 않아 이게 내 영혼의 지도.
Again, Namjoon is over-identifying himself with his persona. He remembers himself as RM at this point, and this is the only method he feels he can vent out. Now, a persona is a fake identity, and Namjoon says he has lied and hidden behind the persona, but he isn't embarrassed about that. He thinks the persona is the map of the soul, again, which is a red flag for overly identifying himself with the persona. Also in the video, you can see a huge giant 3D version of RM. It looks very fake, highlighting how a persona is a fake personality.
Right.
It has also become bigger than Namjoon himself, showing how it has overtaken his ego. To sum it up, this is a song of Namjoon overly identifying himself as RM, the persona, and denying his true self with all its flaws and traits. This seems like a fitting theme for the intro to the Map of the Soul, as likely they will soon come to realize that they must... To sum it up, this is a song of Namjoon overly identifying himself as RM, the persona, and denying his true self with all its flaws and traits. This seems like a fitting theme for the intro to the Map of the Soul, as likely they will soon come to realize that they must acknowledge and face the shadows their deep inner flaws in order to realize their true self and break free from the persona and the ego. I will predict just one thing. This album will not be as upbeat as this comeback trailer makes it seem to be. It may be one of the darkest albums of BTS yet, since these themes will take you deeper into the mind and its not so beautiful parts than any BTS album has ever been. Now ARMYs, I'm really curious about how you interpreted this music video, so please, if you have any thoughts, feel free to comment and also share this with fellow ARMYs. Now we do have a Patreon page where you can support us and also get some...
Yeah, definitely support these guys, man. They work hard to decipher these videos, man. But yo, I feel like I was pretty close. I feel like I was pretty good, man. I felt like, you know, I got a good understanding of it. But yo, fire, man. Lyrically fat. I love that whole concept. It's just so dope to me. And if he said, you know, it's darker than most BTS albums, and it's supposed to be like Map of the Soul, supposed to be darker, and I'm excited to look into that, man, because me personally, I really love dark tone albums. Like anything that's like kind of like real, you know what I mean? Like it's got that sprinkle of like realism and just and the fact that it talks about psychology, bro, it's amazing. I like that. I feel like I could listen to this album and perhaps, you know, figure out something about myself or just put myself into a deeper thinking and somehow, you know, learn or get something out of it. I mean, what else do you want from music, man? Like, yeah, music's for your enjoyment, but these guys are making music more than that. And you gotta fully appreciate those things, man. ARMY, that was it for the explained. I love y'all, man. I appreciate you guys so much. I'm already at 1,350, man. Cannot thank you guys enough. Seriously, man. This coronavirus is hitting a lot of people hard, and you know, I pray for everybody that is affected, and if you have any family members that are affected, you know, I pray that they recover very quickly. You know, all we can do is keep our hopes high, our positivity and energy up, and trust the universe is gonna bring us what we want and need and help us out, man. So, I love you guys. I'm say it 100 times. Comment below and tell me what's next. Stay cool, classy. Go get your damn dreams, man. I hope I can say damn. Is that gonna demonetize me? I don't know, man. CriTiC out.